Let's take a look at this evolution out of South Carolina ECQC. Mark Smith, he's a Grandmaster USPSA shooter. He's getting approached by actually one of his students, Kiyoshi. This is Kiyoshi's first exposure to any type of violent interaction, simulated or others. He came to me and he said, I want to get into a fight with Mark Smith. I told him, you're going to have your chance. You can do whatever's in your heart. Let's see what happens. Kiyoshi's approaching, little stumble. Mark doesn't initiate. That's always good.
What you got going on?
Soft verbal boundary.
They just robbed me. Can you call the cops for me?
You don't have a phone? Stop where you're at, man. You're getting too close to me.
They took everything. Can you
stop where you are?
Hard verbal boundary, physical boundary.
Stop where you're at, dude.
Get your hands up, Mark.
Because you won't listen to what I'm fucking telling you. You understand what I'm saying? Do you speak English?
Yeah.
A little inflammatory.
You don't look like you speak English. You don't act like you fucking speak English.
Hard verbal boundary. Get your hands up.
Get the fuck away from me, man.
Why are you doing this? What's wrong?
Hook and tie. Staying standing. Squatting, not bending.
Go help her.
Gets to the back.
Hey, man, that's my brother. Hey.
Fighting over the gun. Second guy's introduced. Drag to the ground. Good, gets his gun back.
You can hit him, Kiyoshi. You can hit him.
That was a shot. Fix a malfunction. Probably was a contact shot.
Stay over there, you're both gonna fucking die. You understand what I'm telling you? You speak English now? Neither one of them speak English.
Fuck around, dude. You're gonna fucking shoot me?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, you were asking for it. All right, let's break this down a bit. Okay, getting into this, Kiyoshi is approaching Mark. Mark doesn't initiate. That's always good. We want the other guy to initiate. You don't start the conversation and invite people in. He has a soft verbal boundary, really nice. Finishes it with a hard verbal boundary and then goes right into a physical boundary. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. They start going back and forth.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mark assesses this as some type of ruse.
You don't look like you speak English and you don't act like
He's a little inflammatory with his language. That's fine. Another physical boundary. His hands are down. I'd like to see him keep his hands up. You got to keep your hands up. If someone's going to initiate on you and your hands are down, there is a good chance that you're going to fail to mitigate that initial strike. Keep your hands high, compressed close to your face. We refer to that as a fence. That being said, Mark immediately snatches an underhook on Kiyoshi. That's really good. He collects a tie, a wrist tie specifically on the far side. He stays standing. He's bending his knees. He's not hinged over. He's in good posture. Starts turning. Looks like he's fighting for a split seatbelt. That's a great tie-up. He can't get the split seatbelt, so he moves immediately to Kiyoshi's back. Great place to be. Second guy gets inserted, and right here you can see they're fighting over the gun. You can't see it very well, but if we forward a couple frames, right here you can see Kiyoshi actually has his hands firmly on the pistol grip of Mark's gun. Not so good. However, maintains control of the gun despite being dragged to the ground, recovers the gun. He's getting mauled on the top, and
You can hit him, Kiyoshi.
right there we have one impact to Omar in the torso. I asked Mark about it afterwards, and he said he knew he was floating the gun, not the best practice in our opinion. But he knew he was floating the gun. He knew where he was in relation to the direction of the muzzle. He took the shot and then started to get back up. That was a contact shot inducing malfunction, so he immediately clears that malfunction, gets to his feet, aims down on Kiyoshi, and starts giving commands to stay back. As far as floating the gun goes, the better you know the rules, the quicker you can break the rules. I don't care if you float the gun necessarily. I care that whatever you do was a deliberate decision, understanding the potential consequences. I don't want anyone acting mindlessly I don't want anyone acting mindlessly. As long as you're deliberate in what you do, I can accept your answer. Gets to his feet, continues giving those orders, giving commands, telling Kiyoshi, get back with some colorful language. Try not to swear. And Kiyoshi approaches, continues to approach, and 10 rings him right there in the chest. We stop it shortly after. First thing that Mark said was, I've been in the middle of this before, not doing it again. That's a powerful statement. I don't know how many people picked up on it in the debrief, but that speaks to someone who has experienced real world violence, and they know the consequence if they fail to act appropriately in that situation. It's a heavy statement. And a lot of people who will see this, who haven't been involved in any situation like this, they might look at what happened and think, that's a bit of an overreaction. You just shot Kiyoshi, he wasn't armed, he's just approaching you, and objectively you handled him without any serious effort the first time. Why would you shoot him after that? Well, this is a good opportunity to remind everyone that just because you have video of an incident, that's not going to be the whole story. You're not experiencing the same adrenaline dump. You don't have the same background, the same life experience as the two people that are involved in an incident, which is what makes debriefing these or assessing these, especially in a court of law, so difficult. Very rarely is it black and white. More often than not, it's a lot of shades of gray.